So, personally, I think Sonic Generations is possibly one of the greatest Sonic games ever, and I think it's mainly because of how it takes everything that's good about a Sonic game and just puts it into one package. And there's only two things that make a good Sonic game, and that's feeling as if you're on a roller coaster where you're the driving force behind it, and minimal platforming with an amazing soundtrack. Crush 40 has probably one of the greatest soundtracks in Sonic Generations. How they remade a lot of the nostalgia-filled songs like Escape from the City is so perfectly crafted, and I really hope that they go back and they bring back what made Sonic that great force in Sonic Generations, and not just continue outsourcing their property to other developers. That's how we get stuff like Sonic Boom, Sonic Lost World, etc. And just focus on making a good Sonic game inside of your own party instead of just making these mobile ports and all these other things. I mean, I understand that Sega of America is gone, but what's gone there is what someone else can do. I mean, that's not to say that there's still not developers there. They can still turn this stuff around if they just get someone and be like, hey, we're gonna make this game, we're just gonna do Sonic Generations again, and like, that's just make your own original concept. I don't know, maybe make another remix where it's just like a whole bunch of different Sonic levels. But that's not to say that the blue blur has like been like bad before. I mean, like, if you go back to the original Genesis games, they're charming and all, they're colorful, but they do look drab, and they have not aged well. The platforming isn't tight, it feels super loose, and the only like times when you're like, oh yes, this is really, really good, or if it's even a fraction above Mario, then it's only when the soundtrack happens, or when you like go through a really fast thing and go like through the loop-de-loops. I mean, like, there's been so many wrong things that have been done to the Sonic franchise that just ruins my heart. I mean, I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle a lot as a kid, and I, for the most part, since I was a kid, forgave it for its sloppy camera and sloppy graphics and sloppy gameplay, because it had such great presentation with the opening level. I could play the opening level over and over and over and over again. The minute I brought that home, I remember there was someone staying over at the house, and the first thing they said when I popped in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and the first level happened was like, wow, the music is so good. And I was like, yeah, you're right, it is. And like, I didn't come to that conceivably. I didn't know what Sonic was before then. So of course I do have that nostalgia where it's like, oh yeah, this is my first Sonic game. I later went out and I bought a Genesis for Sonic the Hedgehog, and I tried to like him, and like I said, it's just like, I'd rather be playing Mario. It's like, I like Sonic CD, like I like the intro to Sonic CD, and that's the thing. Sonic is a good idea. Sonic, when we think about it, should be a good idea. But for some weird reason, like, they don't get the minimal platforming aspect. There's like, oh yeah, there's not enough game here. No, that's fine. Like, Sonic can be me running around, me going through different places, me just feeling the speed. And then like, you can throw in just minimal platforming so it doesn't get boring to people. Or you can have these, like, you're so good at making environments and levels, why don't you make just different ones of those continuously? I mean, that's just what kind of boggles my mind about it. So yeah, Sonic Generations is the best one. I mean, the only other one I can think of that's remotely good is Colors, and that's because of just how it boiled it down to a basic concept and just added a few gimmicks here and there that felt really unique and fit really well. And I mean, that's not to say that they can go back on that and like try to have more gimmicks on top of that, because you don't want it to become too complicated. It's a kids game, and it's meant for kids. And I mean, that's not to say that a kid will play Sonic Boom and be like, oh, the gameplay is terrible and the voice acting is so badly written, and it's just like, they won't be paying attention to that. Like, what they'll be paying attention to is, oh, it's these characters, am I having fun, this or that. And it's like, if you put in all these complicated gameplay mechanics, then you're not gonna have that there. So I could see when a kid plays Sonic Colors and they just get confused by all these gameplay mechanics that are added in. But I mean, I just think that they should just, as I said, make another Sonic Generations, or like, I mean, because the Sonic fandom is probably one of the biggest things due to the comics, due to the shows, due to practically a whole entire internet community. Just like every Sonic game that comes out, they're just like, yeah, this is literally the worst thing ever to us, and it's just kind of sad, actually. I mean, that's not to say that some of them will like it, and most of them will buy it, but stuff like Sonic Boom, it's like, why are you making a sequel to that? And it's like, I want to say it's because the reason why that game was bad was because of its low budget when compared to the other games. And that's pretty much all there is to say about it. So you can either support them and just vote with your wallet. Just go out, get Sonic Generations digitally or physically, and just show Sega, hey, there's still a lot of interest in this franchise. And just keep going on the internet saying how much you like Sonic, how much you like that old kind of Sonic, how you like that gameplay design, how you like the characters, how you like the art. And it's just a matter of just waiting for them to actually do it. Or go out and make your own game in the vein of Sonic. As I said, feeling like you're on a roller coaster, minimal platforming, rewarding the player. I mean, it's not like Sega will.